All right, let's get right into it. If you're a serious poker player, you're always looking for that edge, right? We study hands, we analyze our opponents, we manage our bankroll down to the last cent. But what if the single biggest edge you can find isn't actually on the table at all? What if it's how you manage yourself when you're away from the felt? Today we're going to break down how your health isn't just a separate issue, it's a direct, critical part of a winning poker strategy.
I mean, really think about that for a second. We spend countless hours trying to figure out how to beat everybody else at the table. But how often do our own mistakes, feeling tired, getting frustrated, that one little lapse in focus end up costing us the most money? So you got to ask yourself, are you really just playing against the table? Or are you constantly battling your own physical and mental limits?
Look, the poker world is a thrill. There's no doubt about it. But let's be honest, it's also a serious grind. We're talking long, completely unpredictable hours, maybe constant travel, and just immense mental pressure. This kind of lifestyle, it doesn't just make you tired. It literally, piece by piece, chips away at your ability to perform at your absolute peak, session after session. So let's get specific here. In poker, we all know what a leak is, right? It's a flaw in your game that's costing you money. But what most players don't realize is that the most expensive leaks, the ones that are really draining your bankroll, they often happen when you're nowhere near a deck of cards. So let's identify them.
Do any of these sound a little too familiar? Sitting for hours on end, it absolutely destroys your back and your posture. Those late-night cash games completely wreck any chance of a normal sleep schedule. The constant decision-making leads to total mental burnout. And yeah, grabbing whatever fast food is closest or feeling kind of cut off from your non-poker friends. These aren't just lifestyle things. These are major strategic weaknesses that are hitting your bottom line hard. Okay, enough with the problems. Let's talk solutions. It's time to start building your physical edge. And we're not going to treat fitness like some chore you have to do. No, this is a strategic investment designed to build the endurance you need for those marathon tournament days, which, as you'll see, directly boosts your earnings.
Now check this out. It's so simple, but so important. On one side, you've got the typical poker slouch. We all do it, and it leads to back pain, neck pain, and a mind that starts to wander after just a couple of hours. But on the other side, a proper, ergonomic setup. We're talking a good chair, a monitor at the right height, maybe a lumbar pillow. This isn't just about being comfortable, you guys. It's about maintaining peak concentration deep into a session when everyone else around you is starting to fade.
And here's something you can do literally today. Just 30 minutes a day. That's it. A brisk walk, a quick run, maybe some core exercises. This tiny investment pays massive dividends when you're 10 hours into a tournament. It's the thing that keeps your mind sharp enough to spot that tiny little betting tail and your body strong enough to outlast the player who's slumping in their chair next to you.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about that battlefield inside your own head. This section is all about the mental game. But let's reframe it. Think of it as the most important form of bankroll management there is. Because let's face it, the biggest threat to your chips is often your own state of mind.
Ah yes, we all know this monster, don't we? Tilt. It's that hot red wave of pure frustration that washes over you after a bad beat. It completely hijacks your logical brain and turns a disciplined thinking player into a pure gambler. Tilt is the force that makes you chase losses and make crazy, reckless calls, wiping out weeks of hard-earned profit in one single, angry session.
So, how do you stop this monster in its tracks? Here's a simple but incredibly powerful protocol. First, and I mean this, get up. Physically remove yourself from the table, even if it's just for 60 seconds. Second, breathe. I'm talking deep, slow, controlled breaths to calm your nervous system right down. And third, reframe. Remind yourself that poker is a marathon, not a sprint. This one hand, this one session, it doesn't define your career. This isn't magic, it's a discipline you can learn.
And the best part is, you can train for this. You don't have to go live in a monastery. Just 10 minutes of mindfulness a day, using an app, whatever works for you, builds the mental armor you need to stay calm when you're facing a massive river bet for all your chips. It's your internal defense system against making a huge, costly, emotional decision.
Okay, so we've covered the body and the mind. Now let's talk about the fuel. I want you to think of your body like a high-performance engine, like a Formula One car. If you put cheap, low-grade fuel in it, you're going to get sluggish, unreliable performance, especially when you need it most.
Now, before we even get to food, let's talk about the ultimate #1 performance enhancer, sleep. 7 to 9 hours. Seriously, this is completely non-negotiable. Getting less sleep doesn't make you a hardcore grinder. It just makes you a worse player.
It messes with your judgment, slows your reaction time, and makes complex decisions nearly impossible. Quality sleep is where your brain actually repairs itself and locks in all that strategy you've been studying.
And this table right here, it lays out your nutritional strategy perfectly. Think of your food choices just like bets at the table. In the winning fuel column, you've got the smart plays, planned meals with lean protein and complex carbs for sustained energy, smart snacks like nuts and fruit, and constant hydration with water. And in the losing bets column, fast food, sugary junk that leads to a massive energy crash, and getting dehydrated from way too much caffeine. Which side of the table do you want to be on?
So, the big question is, how do we put all of this stuff together into a practical, daily system that actually works? Well, let's build a blueprint for a real championship routine, one that integrates all these winning habits right into the poker lifestyle.
Just look at how this structures your day for peak performance. You start the morning by priming your body and mind with some cardio and a great breakfast. Your afternoon session is all about execution, and you're feeling it with constant hydration and smart snacks. And then the evening is absolutely crucial. It's for recovery and resetting. Maybe some strength training, a balanced meal, and that mental cool down with meditation. This isn't about being restrictive. It's about creating a sustainable structure for elite performance.
At the end of the day, it really all comes down to this. The temptation is always there to just grind one more hour, play one more tournament, and push your body to the absolute limit for that short-term win. But the true masters of the game, the ones who last, they understand that longevity is everything. Mastering your well-being isn't a separate thing from mastering poker. It's a fundamental part of it.
So I'm going to leave you with this one final question. After you've looked at all the strategy, the odds, and the opponents, what is the single biggest strategic investment you can possibly make in your poker career, starting right now? The answer isn't a new piece of software. It's not a fancy coaching course. It's you. Investing in your own health is the ultimate competitive edge.